So Danny has abandoned me in Pornic. She's gone back to London to finish up her job for Tourism New Zealand and hand over to the new person. So I'm just hanging out here for about a week till she gets back. So it's a good spot. You can see there's a nice beach down there, and then the marina with Bacchus is just over there, and there's a lovely little strip of bars and restaurants just around the corner. So I'm pretty happy. So I'll just be chilling here for a bit. It's really hot in Pornic today. Summer has finally arrived, which is quite exciting, even though it's pretty sweaty down below. I'm in building mode today. I've just put a new bookshelf on that side of Bacchus to match the one that we installed on this side, because we are running out of space for books. And then I'm going to put some kind of a hammock thing up above it for all the towels and stuff to go in. So that's been a good little job. I think I gave a middle-aged French couple a bit of a fright when they came to park their boat next to us, and I came charging upstairs. The music was quite loud, and I realised I had a chisel in one hand. I came upstairs to help them handle their lines, but yeah, it's alright. Sometimes you need to rack up the locals. I pulled Bacchus's engine slightly to pieces to fit a new starter motor, which was a good little job to get done. But now I'm off to do some exploring. We've got a couple of bikes on board, so I'm going to go cycling along the coast and get off the boat for a little bit. So looking forward to that. When I was looking at the charts before we came down here on the boat, there's oyster farms everywhere, so I was expecting the coast just to be mudflats and sort of swampy kind of territory, a bit like where we grow oysters in New Zealand, but actually it's a really pretty piece of coast with sort of rocky cliffs all along it, and then there's really lovely beaches tucked in. I've made it to the end of my little cycle. This is Point St Gildas, so it's basically the entrance to the River Loire. It's about 30 kilometres from Pornic, I think, but it was a really important signal station for ships, so they've got a semaphore station here, which you can see over this way. So they had these stations all along the coast for signalling to shipping, so this would have been for ships going in and out of the Loire before the days of radio. So you can see those arms on that tower there. They could move those arms up and down, and that would spell out letters. There's a whole semaphore alphabet of letters based on the position of those two arms. So ships coming in could be given directions or told where to go, or told whether a channel was open or closed or whatever. Now of course completely outdated because we've got radios.
So this morning could quite possibly be our last day on mainland France, which is a bit sad because we've loved it here, and we actually finally got a bit of summer over the last week, or Asher certainly did while I was in London. And yesterday we spent the day just riding our bikes around, beach hopping and swimming, and it's been lovely. But we're heading down to Spain to meet some friends, which we're really excited about. One of our friends moved from London to New York a few years ago, so we don't get to see her very often, so that's exciting. But yeah, so today we're going down to Île Deux, which is an island just a bit further south from here, and I'll show you actually what we're up to. So we are in here, which is where we are right now, which is in Pornic. And yeah, so if I'll just zoom this out a bit, you'll see we're going to come out around this coast here, and then down to Île Deux down here, and we're going to decide you know, once we get there, if we're going to stay on the north or the south side of the island, depending on what the wind is doing.
fish on at Bacchus. I think it's quite small, but Danny's definitely got something.
A little puppy on here. Oh, is it an eel?
Might be an eel.
It's quite long and skinny.
It does. Oh wow, what is it? It's like it's side hooked it. Wow. It's like a long piper thing, yeah. Poor guy, he got shanked in the side.
Oh man,
Okay.
that was so weird.
Yeah.
Can I take that?
Yeah. Can you
Keep an eye on those boats ahead of
yeah,
us.
I'll just slow us right down.
Yeah.
I'll try and get the heck out of him without killing him.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go down the back here and do it in the water.
Okay. Look at that. Here he is.
Right, let him go.
See you later, buddy. Sorry.
Later, matey. Sorry about that.
Turned around the point now, and so we've got some wind on our beam, so we can sail. So we have turned the motor off, and it's nice and flat, and we're fishing, and it's beautiful. Come on, fishies, get on the line. Wave Biscay, baby. So flat.
Yeah, so this is our experience on the fearsome Bay of Biscay. It's pretty gorgeous today. We've got about maybe 8 knots of wind. It's just a very gentle reach, so really flat sea. It's just lovely, easy going. Down here, I'm in the galley, and I'm just a little bit of chicken sizzling in the pot, and going to throw in a bit of veg and a bit of green curry, Asda's finest, and we'll make ourselves a little bit of Thai for dinner. So yeah, that's us. So we're nearly here now. We are, what are we, 3.8 miles to go. And I think this has been one of the nicest little days sailing that we've had on Bacchus. Do you reckon?
Mm-hmm. Been so good.
Just champagne sailing, eh? Mm-hmm. Flat sea. We've had quite gentle wind, so we haven't been going very fast. But there's the Île Deux going into view up ahead. And it's just been blue skies and sunshine the whole time. So yeah, just a really, really fantastic day to be out on the water. Really happy.
So 9 hours and a beautiful sail later, we have made it to Île Deux. This is our little anchorage here.
Nice little spot.
I'm just sitting on the bow having some sundowners, a gin and tonic, while Ash is down there diving to check out the anchor and see how well it's set. So he's gone for a swim. And I am having a G&T, but thought I'd tell you some fun facts about Île Deux, where we've just anchored. Part of the Loire region, even though it's an island. And it has 2 main fishing ports, so one in the north and one in the south, and they are both famous for tuna and lobster. So I think we might be here for a little while, because I love tuna and I love lobster. Did you find the anchor?
I did.
How's it set?
It's set well, but it's in a patch of weed,
Oh,
which isn't so good, but there's weed everywhere.
right.
There are little sandy patches, but it's mostly weed, so...
Is there a sandy patch near it where you could just like lift it and drag it into?
Not really, no.
Oh, okay.
The visibility's not very good, so I can't really see very much down there. Yeah, I think it'll be alright. I mean, the Rockners, they're meant to be good in things like weed still, but weed is not the best holding. Sand is much better.
So you're going to witness our first haircut on the boat. I haven't cut anyone's hair since I was a teenager, but I'm sure I'm going to be excellent at it. And I have these Unicorn Plus sparkly hairdresser scissors. Ash has got there some clippers.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about your haircut?
I'm nervous, but trusting that you're going to do a great job, because you've got to be seen with me, so you've got a vested interest in making me look good.
I do. So here goes. We'll give it a nudge. Here's the finished product.
What do you reckon?
I think it looks good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Apparently the rowing content is a hit with the little kiddies. Rowing your boats.
Row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a crocodile, don't forget to scream.
So we're going to go and check out Deux.
So far it's reminding me of Greece. It's just got that slightly rough around the edges working port kind of feel that you see in a lot of the Greek maritime towns. Lots of fishing boats, lots of ferries, lots of people on mopeds, but it's fun. There's heaps going on, busy place. We're down a jandal. Snapped the plugger off the end.
Busted a plugger.
So we're off to the supermarket to try and find me another pair. Thankfully we're right next to a soupy, so let's go see if they've got jandals. Might trade up the jandals for some espadrilles.
Some cool looking patterns. Success! Fashion has some new shoes.
Had a bit of a rolly night here last night. We're just out the front of Deux. So we're going to move. We're going to go, I'll show you on the plotter. So we're up here on the north side, and the wind is quite gentle, but it's coming from the northwest. So we're going to go around the island, and we're going to come and anchor in this bay here. And hopefully that will give us a bit better shelter and a slightly better night's sleep. So that's our afternoon's activity. So we're going to pull up the anchor and hoist some sails and go for a little bit of a sail. It's a nice day for it.
So we've now got a bit of a roll coming in from the Atlantic Ocean. So we're just trying to decide if we're going to stay here or not. We've put the anchor down, we're going to probably give it about half an hour and see how we feel about this anchorage. These guys are looking around trying to find a spot behind us. What do you reckon, Asher?
It's a really pretty spot, and we've got a nice lee from the wind, which is lovely, but
It's just that roll.
it's just that roll.
We'll give it half an hour.
Give it some time.
Make it cool.
We've just landed on this little beach on the Île Deux, and we've just come in through this little fisherman's breakwater. So Bacchus is actually straight out there. You can see her in the gap just through there. But we've just landed here, and we're going to go for a bike ride today. Cool. Are we ready for a bike ride?
Yeah, I'm hot already.
Check out that castle.
Yay!
Isn't that fantastic?
There's some little yachts anchored down there.
Yeah.
A couple of dodgy rocks you'd have to look out for coming in, but
Yeah.
look, there's a beach up there. That's
Yeah.
the one we were going to ride to. And the castle, what an awesome spot.
Amazing. Cracking day for it too.
Here we go.
You think we're going to get bombed?
These kids are going to bomb us as we try and leave.
Au revoir!
Au revoir! Another classic meal here for the people asking what we eat on Bacchus. This is a little ragu with a bit of sausage in it and a nice bottle of French red. Yum yum.
So we're going to row Waka Waka ashore, and we're going to go to the little harbour that we went to yesterday, which you can just see through that little gap in the wall over there. And we will park up over there for the day and do some work and hopefully find time for a swim at some point too, because it's a gorgeous day.
So we're having a working B day today, or a working P day, working on Waka Waka down here. And Asha, what are we going to do?
We're doing lots of things today. We have got a second set of these little rollicks for rowing, so we're going to fit another set of them up there, so that we can row from the front seat. I'm going to fit a support underneath the back seat to brace your feet on when you're rowing. I'm going to, we're going to put some varnish on the rails, we're going to put some more varnish on the transoms, and we're going to fit a couple of saddles for fixing different things onto P. So at the moment, if she capsized, the mast would try and fall out, so we're going to fit a saddle to try and retain that. And also a saddle for some elastics for the dagger board to hold that in place. So we're just kind of finishing the job that we started in New Haven. Danny's looking like Robinson Crusoe on a desert island, hiding from the sun.
Doing my usual job of sanding. Always sanding, sanding, sanding.
Danny loves a bit of sanding. Check out the size of this French flag.
Oh no! Don't come over here! Don't come over here!
Marseille! Marseille!
So we had another pretty sleepless night last night on Bacchus. Another really rolly anchorage. The swells coming in from the sea all night. Big swells too, like throwing all of our cutlery and cups around in the cupboards. So yeah, we're not too stoked with our choice of anchorage for the night.
Yeah, the problem is where we are is just the island is quite exposed. So Île d'Yeu kind of sits in the Bay of Biscay, and there's no natural harbours here. It's just you're just anchoring off a beach on an island, so all you can do is just try and put the island between you and the swell. But the swell seems to come from multiple directions, and it just finds its way onto every beach. So we were down on the south side of the island for the last 2 nights, we had quite a bit of swell there. We left because it was getting untenable, and so we've come around to the north side, and we're out of the wind, which is nice, but the swell is just, it finds you. You can't escape it. So
that's how we feel about this anchorage.
What's happening, Danny?
Well, we've had enough of this anchorage because we are going nuts from rolling around. So we've decided to change our plans and go to Spain a day earlier. So we're going to pull up the anchor now and head south. And the weather is not going to be hugely different from what we were expecting to have tomorrow anyway. So we've just quickly got everything ready and whipped up a dowel and
Dinner's on the stove, swinging around over there on the gimbal.
Yep, got everything back on board and we're going to shoot off and hopefully get to Spain in 48 hours. So that means we're leaving now.
About lunchtime on Friday.
Yeah, lunchtime Friday we should arrive.
Cool. Yeah, so winds are looking like they'll be pretty light for the first 24 hours, and then second 24 hours it should be a northerly, so it'll be downwind stuff. That was the wind that we were waiting for leaving tomorrow, was that northerly. But yeah, for the sake of getting out of here, I think it's worth it. This anchorage is pants. So yeah, we're gonna go.
Cool. Let's do it.
So we're underway, heading for Spain. Little bit nervous on my part. It's a long way. It's the biggest passage that we've done on Bacchus, but the weather forecast looks good, so I take comfort in that. And I think Danny and I are pretty well prepared. Boat's well prepared, so we'll be absolutely fine. But still, it's hard to shake that little bit of anxiety when you set off on something new like this. Yeah, and just it's a bit of water that's got quite a reputation. But we will keep checking in and let you know how we're going. Right now, we're just clearing Île de Deux, as you can see just there, and we're making really good speed. We're doing 6 to 7 knots in the right direction, which is great. So if I just zoom out a bit, you'll see that we've got a long way to go, but we'll get there.
So off we sailed towards Spain. We'll tell you all about it on our next episode. Au revoir!